Hello everyone, I'm your instructor for this course. Now before we start, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kaushik and I have 8.5 years of experience in information technology consulting. I have delivered software solutions in web technologies, Android applications and business intelligence to more than 40 clients in India, US, UK and Europe region. I'll be transferring my knowledges for bash scripting here and I wish you a happy learning experience with me. In case you have any query or concern, please submit those into the query or discussion section and I will try to respond as soon as possible. So enjoy the learning. Now before we jump into the coding and mainstream of this course, let's discuss few basics about bash scripting, other script programming available and their popularities. So what is script language or scripting? Now scripts are written and stored in simple text files containing lines with commands that get executed in a sequence one after another. Commands can be written in any command line interface available with the default command application in any operating system like Microsoft in case of bash programming, or Unix or maybe Linux in case of shell scripting. Scripting is a way of automating the execution of command sequences to make it more easier and productive. Now this course discusses the basic functionalities of bash scripting along with examples for understanding. Now we can say script language is a programming language that supports scripts, programs written for a special runtime environment that automate the execution of tasks that could alternatively be executed one by one by any human operator. Scripting languages are often interpreted rather than compiled. That means a scripting language doesn't need to convert into some other intermediate or machine language before execution. Generally, in case of high-level languages like Java, C, C++, we need a compiler to convert the code into machine-level language, or which we call intermediate language as well, before it's executed, so that machine can understand the code and execute. But in case of interpreted languages, we don't need any compiler as it can be easily understood by machine for execution. Now the spectrum of scripting languages ranges from very small and highly domain specific languages to general purpose programming languages used for scripting. Standard examples of scripting languages for specific environments include BASH, which is called Born Again Shell, or KSH, Corn Shell, for Unix or Unix-like operating systems like Linux. Now these are known as shell scripting, also where SH means shell and it acts as command line interpreter in Unix, Linux operating systems. ECMScript or JavaScript for web browsers is also scripting language, and Visual Basic for Windows or Microsoft Office application is also scripting language. So now we will be understanding with a simple example. Here I have written 6 different steps. Now in first step, I'm trying to create a file. In second step, I'm writing something into the file. And in third step, I'm saving the file, and once the file is saved, I'm closing it. Now in fourth step, I want to rename the file, and after that I want to close all open windows or applications before shutting down my computer. So here 6 different steps I want to carry out separately, one after another, by manual intervention or the manual process. Now, without manually carrying out all these tasks, what we can do, we can collate all these tasks into a single script, which is, as I said, can be written in any simple text file, maybe a notepad, maybe a WordPad, or any word processor application available in the market, maybe OpenOffice or Microsoft Office Word. Now what we can do, without carrying out these different steps, we can run the script, this single script, to carry out all these 6 applications one after another, and we don't need any manual intervention in that case. Now we will be learning about batch scripting or batch programming. Now batch scripting or batch programming is also known as DOS scripting, DOS, disk operating system, as we already know. And we can say that batch programming can only be done through MS-DOS. It is not platform independent. That means we cannot run a batch script into a different operating system platform like Linux or maybe Unix. We cannot execute a batch program in Linux or Unix shell, as they are syntactically different and not supported by these operating system platforms. Now DOS, which is known as disk operating system, used by Microsoft in earlier days, is also available in all Windows operating systems today, like in Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, or even the latest Windows 10, and also in the earlier version of Windows. DOS has also a command line interpreter like shell in Unix or Linux, and it can execute batch programs written with DOS commands. So we learned about batch scripting or batch programming. Now we are also getting a term like shell scripting. So yes, there are batch programming or batch scripting and shell scripting. So shell script is different from batch script. Shell script can only be run in Unix, Linux, or some other operating systems like IBM AIX, HP UX, GNU Linux, Sun operating system, Apple. So shell scripting is actually supported by most of the operating system platforms, whereas bash scripting is only supported by the Microsoft Windows operating system. So this is a business politics, as we can say, as Microsoft is currently holding 60% of the current personal computer market. So we have to learn bash programming, and those people who are working in information technology organizations or maybe working with codes, they have to learn the shell scripting as well for the automation purpose. So bash programming and shell scripting has similarities and dissimilarities, that is the differences. Both have advantages and disadvantages. So let's check out that what are the similarities. Now bash programming and shell scripting both can read inputs from users, and they can sequentially execute a group of commands by a single script file. Now both of these method has control structures such as while loop or for loop, what we have used in C or C++ or in Java. They have decision making statements like if, else, switch for better automating or scripting. They both support advanced features such as functions and arrays, supports regular expressions. Now bash scripting also supports the codes from other programming language, and shell scripting also supports codes from other programming language such as Perl, AWK, SAT. But most of the programming codes are supported by shell scripting rather than bash scripting. So here few advantages we have shell scripting over bash scripting. Now there are differences as well. There are many differences. Bash programming, which we can only use in DOS operating system or Windows operating system. DOS is actually attached with all the Windows operating systems. But in case of shell script, we can use it in Sun, Apple, IBM AIX, HP UX, GNU Linux, and Unix. And we don't have actually any variant for DOS, where there are a number of variants such as BASH, KSH, CSH, ZSH for shell scripts. Now bash scripts has low capabilities of integrating with other programming code in bash scripting, whereas shell script have good capabilities of integrating other programming code in shell script. So there are many differences, but we have to learn bash programming here and not the shell scripting to automate the stuff in Windows operating system. So as we can see that scriptings have 4 main deviation. One is the bash programming, as I said, and as we are going to discuss in this course. One is shell scripting, which is used in Linux and Unix. Scripts for web browsers, that is the ECMS scripts or JavaScript. And we have scripts for high level general purpose scripting language like Ruby or Python. So we're going to check that what are the prerequisites required for this course. Now knowledge of computer programming and concepts such as variables, commands, syntax, etc. is preferred. Students having knowledge in any programming language like C, C++ or Java will understand the topics very easily, but it's not too difficult for the newbies in programming, as I shall be covering from the very beginning of programming concept. Now we are going to discuss about the very common things in most of the scripting language, like the common commands in bash scripting, and after that we will be going forward to learn few advanced things like functions, arrays, strings, and after that we'll be learning about networking and printing and all these things. So that's it for this first lecture, and I hope that you'll be enjoying the next one. So I wish you happy learning again. Thank you.